related deaths per year if current trends continue. It comes as research last year suggested that while deaths from breast cancer in women have dropped by around 10% in the past decade, incidence rates are rising by 1% per year overall and 1.4 per year for women under the age of 50. And here comes a kook. Here comes this size. So this guy, Dr. Cole, by the way, he's an Idaho-based pathologist whose license was restricted in Washington state after he allegedly spread COVID misinformation. You know how they say Dr. Pierre Corey, Dr. McCullough, Dr. Robert Malone. A lot of people who got the COVID stuff right, they said we're spreading misinformation. So I wonder which category he falls under. Well, let's hear what he has to say.
There's so many people got these shots, for whatever reason. I'm not here to judge. If you got one, don't get two. If you get two, don't get three. If you got three, don't get four. If you never got one, please don't get one. And here's why. Because the amount of autoimmune disease we're seeing, the amount of inflammation in the hearts of healthy young people that we're seeing, the amount of neurologic damage and harm, Parkinson's, exacerbation, worsening of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, and, to bring the monster in the room, cancer is on the uptick. And it's not me just saying, my job as a pathologist is to observe patterns. And if I see something, I say something. And what do you hear in the airports when you travel? If you see something, say something. Well, I did, and I still am. It's not just that these COVID shots are bad. It's anything with the lipid nanoparticle mRNA technology shot is not proven to be long-term safe. So it's this whole platform that we have. So we're in trouble.
Well, let me just say that the COVID shots are super safe and effective. So I have to contradict him on that one.
Yeah, if you got two, get three.
Yeah,
if you got three, get
four. If you got five, gets 8.
10's even better.
You should be on a number 10 or at least 10 or 11 right now. So I could contradict him on that. But I don't think there is any long-term study. He's right about that. There's no long-term studies. Long-term meaning 10 years or more.
Oh, well, we'll see in a few years.
Well, we'll see.
Study will have been done on you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even look at it like that. That's interesting. Yeah.
Save money on studies by just doing it on you.
Seeing steady rises in all these chronic diseases that I mentioned, and you mentioned, Greg. And unfortunately, the cancer statistics, I saw an early warning sign when these shots rolled out. I was the first one in the world to go public with it and said, hey, yeah, I did. And yeah. And at that point, I knew. I said, look, we have immune dysregulation. You want a healthy immune system. These shots suppress the immune system. Dr. Fossa out of the Netherlands, when he looked at the Pfizer vaccines in studies, showed that it was altering the way your immune system works. That's not good. It puts your T cells to sleep in a manner that they can't fight. And T cells are basically the Marines of your immune system. They're the frontline warriors. And all day long, you and I sitting here right now, anybody listening, we have about 30 billion T cells circulating around in our body. And they're shaking hands and talking to your cells. Hey, are you a friend? Are you a foe? Are you infected? Are you a cancer cell? What do we do with you? And so it's just knocking on the door, checking all the time with all your cells. Well, these shots, instead of having those be hardy, on the front line, healthy soldiers, it makes them kind of drunk and go back to the barracks and go to sleep. And now they can't do that surveillance exactly to fight cancer. And so people ask, well, do these shots cause cancer? Well, they cause immune suppression. They cause a disruption and a dysregulation of your immune system that normally is what would fight cancer. So that's what we're up against.
So, I got to say that's all crazy talk. But you should go see Dr. John Campbell's channel. He talks a lot about this. And, those COVID shots are safe and effective no matter what this guy says. And
Well, it sounds like he's